There was once a young woman named Sara, who lived in a bustling city known for its art and culture. Ever since she was a child, Sara had a gift for painting. Her world was full of colors, and each stroke of her brush seemed to capture the essence of life itself. But as she grew older, doubt began to cloud her dreams. Sara's family had always supported her love for art, but as reality set in, so did the pressure. Her parents reminded her constantly that a career in art was uncertain. "It's just a hobby," her mother would say. "You need something secure, something stable." And so Sara went to university and studied business. After graduation, she landed a decent job in an office, working 9 to 5, just like everyone else. But every day, as she sat at her desk, something inside her felt hollow. She watched the hours slip away, her dreams slowly fading with each ticking second of her life. In the evenings, she would still paint, late into the night, when the world was quiet. Her small apartment was her sanctuary, where colors and imagination could run wild. But the more she painted, the more she felt the weight of the life she had chosen crushing her spirit. She felt stuck, trapped in a world where her true self could never flourish. One day, a life-changing opportunity came knocking. Sara's phone buzzed. She glanced at the message. It was from an old friend from her university art club, someone she hadn't spoken to in years. "Sara, I don't know if you've heard, but there's an upcoming national art competition," the message read. "It's a big deal. They're accepting submissions next week, and I think you should enter." Her heart skipped a beat. This competition was famous, offering the kind of exposure that could launch an artist's career, but doubt crept in immediately. Could she really compete with professionals? Was she good enough? For days, Sara wrestled with the decision. She kept telling herself it wasn't worth the risk. Her job, while not fulfilling, paid the bills. Who was she to think she could succeed, where thousands of others had failed? Entering the competition felt like a dangerous leap into the unknown. Her parents discouraged her, fearing she might jeopardize her stable career. "Are you sure you want to risk it all on something so uncertain?" her father asked, his voice laced with concern. "Think about your future." Her co-workers were indifferent. Most of them didn't even know she painted. She felt utterly alone, battling her inner fears and insecurities. The deadline was fast approaching. Sara sat on her bed one night, staring at a blank canvas. Time was running out, and she had yet to make a decision. Tears welled up in her eyes. What if she failed? What if no one even noticed her work? She was afraid of rejection, afraid of pouring her heart into something that might not even matter in the end. But then, something shifted inside her. She realized that the real failure wasn't in trying and losing. It was in never trying at all. How long would she live in fear? How many opportunities would pass her by because she was too scared to say yes? With trembling hands, Sara picked up her brush and began to paint. She poured every ounce of emotion, every unspoken dream, and every suppressed desire into that piece. For days, she worked relentlessly, losing herself in the process. She painted like her life depended on it, because, in a way, it did. The painting was her soul on canvas, a swirling mix of vibrant blues, passionate reds, and deep, reflective greens. It told a story of struggle, of hope, of a woman trapped in a life she hadn't chosen, but still daring to dream of something more. It was raw, honest, and vulnerable. The night before the deadline, Sara submitted her painting. She felt a mix of relief and terror. Now, all she could do was wait. The next few weeks were agonizing. Every day felt like an eternity, her mind filled with doubt and what-ifs. What if her painting wasn't selected? What if she embarrassed herself in front of the entire art community? Then, the email came. Her hands shook as she opened it. "Congratulations, Sara. Your painting has been selected as a finalist in the competition." Tears streamed down her face. She had done it. She had taken the leap, and now her work was about to be displayed alongside some of the best artists in the country. Her heart swelled with pride and disbelief. But the story didn't end there. The day of the exhibition arrived. Sara stood nervously in the gallery, surrounded by accomplished artists and collectors. Her painting hung on the wall, larger than life, drawing in a crowd of admirers. As she watched people gaze at her work, she realized something profound. It wasn't about winning or losing anymore. It was about having the courage to share a piece of herself with the world. One woman approached Sara, her eyes filled with tears. "Your painting, it spoke to me," she said, her voice trembling. "I've been feeling trapped in my own life too. Thank you for this." In that moment, Sara knew that saying yes had changed her life. The competition hadn't just given her recognition as an artist, it had reignited her passion and reminded her of her true purpose. Whether she won or not no longer mattered. She had found her voice, and she wasn't afraid to use it. In the end, Sara didn't take home the top prize, but something even more valuable happened. A well-known art collector approached her after the exhibition and offered to sponsor her next solo show. That one yes had opened doors she never thought possible, leading her on a path she had only dreamed of. Sara quit her corporate job soon after and began her journey as a full-time artist. It wasn't always easy, and there were still moments of doubt, but she never regretted her decision. She had chosen her passion, her dreams, and her life. The power of a single yes had changed everything. Message: sometimes it's not about winning or losing. It's about having the courage to say yes to the opportunities that scare you the most. The leap of faith that you take today could open doors to a future you never thought possible.